Hello and welcome to the Goblin Cave. We are live for the first time. This has been a crapload of effort behind the scenes. I'm so sorry for the delays. We have been working for over 2.5 hours getting audio and video and everything sorted. My name is Karsh the Goblin, or Karsh the Goblin Ward. I will be your host and ringmaster for the night. Today we have Magic Man Parker, we have Mint Toby, FragMonkey and Tyrone joining us for a short little Paizo adventure in the Pathfinder role-playing system called Be Goblins. The game itself is a short little one-shot comical adventure. Shouldn't be very long, maybe 3 hours maximum. We're going to have a little bit of breaks, probably about 4 to 5 minute breaks between each act, and just have a bit of fun here today. So thank you in chat, thank you for the follows that we've had this morning while we're waiting. It's actually been quite impressive. I'm quite shocked that we're getting follows in when we're behind the scenes doing all this stuff. And so yeah, I'll finish my introductions and go to Magic Man Parker with the eyebrows that's been entertaining us all morning. Please introduce yourself and who you're playing.
Hello, I'm Magic Man Parker, and I am playing Chuffy, the roguish little goblin.
And Tyrone.
I'm Mint Toby.
Sorry. Mint. Sorry. Yes, Mint.
Sorry, I'm Mint Toby. I'm going to be playing Retta, Big Bad, the fighter goblin who loves to squish animals.
And Tyrone at the top.
I'm Tyrone, and I'll be playing Poog, who is a cleric and not very good at riding animals.
And that may actually come out tonight. FragMonkey down the bottom, how are you going?
Hi, I'm FragMonkey. I'm going to be playing Mogmerch the Alchemist, so I apologise in advance if I hit any of you.
Just a couple of housekeeping. The goblins do use a lot of fire. Friendly fire is turned on, so it's going to happen. And you are all first level, so you don't have many hit points. For those that aren't familiar with Pathfinder, you don't have your death saves like 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. If you go down below 10, so you go down to 0, you're essentially dead. What I'm going to do is if you go down below 0, you're going to start bleeding one health around until -10. At -10 you're dead. Because it's a one shot, I don't want people just waiting there on stream going, I'm dead, now what? After you're dead, pretty much after one round, I'll ask you to do your little song, and that's your resurrection, done. You can do it as a song, you can do it as a beat poem, you can put the flavour that you want. For those that don't understand, each of the characters actually has their own song about themselves, so yeah. There's another bit of housekeeping. I do use the X card, if you're unfamiliar with it. X card is essentially if something is uncomfortable for you in role-playing, you can just say X card and we just move on. And that's it. So it's a new concept to some people, for other people it's not. I don't see this as being needed as much in this type of adventure because it's comical, light-hearted, but just getting it out there and making sure everyone understands. If you feel uncomfortable, just say X card and we'll just move the scene on to something else. It's okay. It's just a housekeeping thing there. So I think that's about it. I think we're about ready. Just so you know, I'm pretty much not giving any DM roles to myself. The players are watching my screen as well, and they're free to be in chat and in whatnot. Yep, you're seeing, yep, that's exactly it. I do have only one role, which I have set the stream up for, which is a GM role only, but I'm not going to use it because we're just playing the adventure flat with the normal encounter, the normal finale, I do have multiple maps, as I've shown the players, of different encounters set up and different finales set up. So yeah, so I'm just going to keep it here for the moment and do my little bits of introductions and set the scenes. I just got to bring up my assets. Oh, scary time. Okay. So, sorry, I am dyslexic, so if I make the mistakes, please don't pick on me. I was really nervous after doing this for 2 hours. I think a lot of people here can attest that.
It's alright, we got there. We're here now.
Yeah, we're here now. That's the important thing.
We got this.
Yeah.
Thanks for the confidence. Okay. So the little bit of the introduction. Okay. You are goblins from the Licktoad tribe. You live in the Brinestump Marsh, south of the man-hated town called Sandpoint. Once other goblins tried to burn Sandpoint down, and they would have been legends if they succeeded, but they didn't bring enough fire. They got killed as a result. Yesterday, your tribe discovered that one of your own had been using forbidden arts and was engaging in the greatest of taboos, writing things down. In fact, rumours hold that they're writing a history of your tribe. There's no swifter way to bring bad luck than stealing words from your mind and writing them down. So your tribe had no choice. You branded the goblin's face with letters, punished him, and now everyone calls him Scribbleface. And now you also ran him out of town and burned his hut down. But that's when things got interesting. Because when you burned his hut down, the chief, Gutwad the Great and Magnificent, found a weird box inside the building. Inside was a map and fireworks. The fireworks immediately came into use by burning down the hut. Then this morning, Gutwad announced that there would be a great feast in order to drive the lingering bad luck from Scribbleface's poor decisions. But perhaps even more exciting, all of you have been secretly invited to Chief Gutwad's moot house. Why would the chief speak to you? It can only mean that there's an important mission for you all, one that the other goblins are not sufficient to pull off. This could be your chance to go down in Licktoad history. So that's the synopsis of what's going on. Now another long line of text. I do apologise. There's actually quite a few to set the scenes.
That's alright.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It just seems to be the way of starting adventures and starting, especially one-shots. They have to set so much to the scene. So here we go. Laying at the centre of the village, Chief's Moot House is a veritable museum of Licktoad heroics, crammed with trophies, stolen weapons, and shiny bits of treasure. His mighty girthness Chief Gutwad rules the Licktoad village atop from a great teeter chair with a 6 foot high, and allows him to properly look down upon his subjects. By tradition, Chief Gutwad does not speak directly to his subjects. Instead, he employs an advisor whom he whispers to his subjects, for if the chief's words were to be heard by a normal goblin, then they would be too frightened to be able to speak themselves. Only the duly appointed advisor, a pompous goblin named Slorb, can handle the might of the chief's words without fainting from fear. So you find yourself, the 4 of you, Chuffy, Rita, Poog, and Mogmerch, outside the meat house, awaiting for an invitation from Slorb to enter. So please, if you can, describe yourself to your audience and to each other. Although you do know a little bit about each other, you have grown up together, of course. And what are you doing outside the moot house while you're waiting impatiently?
I was named first. Guess I'll introduce myself first. I am Chuffy, the Sly Rogue. If you know me well, you'll know what my favorite pastime is. Lighting things on fire, of course. There is no better view than the holy lightness of burning things.
I'm Rita Big Bad. I'm the biggest headed goblin. That's it. I'm the big head.
I'm Mogmerch. 10-year-old Mogmerch is a bit deranged. He lives with his roommate Empty, and he has an irritating habit of licking his face clean in public. She thinks his use of alchemy is very clever, and while she loves the flavour of Mogmerch's experiments leave on his face, she worries that he'll someday blow himself up when she's not around to watch.
That would leave me. I'm Poog, a frightening goblin to most, cleric of the of our patron above Zarangal, who is our sacred dog of dog-killing fire and most holy mounted combat. Although it's no secret that I'm not very good at mounted combat. However, I funnel his most sacred energy into our sacred teachings of killing dogs. And although I haven't killed one yet, I hope I do. But there's also light and fires, which I'm getting quite good at.
Yes, fire does seem to be a common theme here between all the goblins of the tribe. It's kind of a passion for everyone here.
Fire!
Yes, fire. So, the chief advisor Slorb calls you to enter Gutwood's moot house, grand moot house at that. Inside there are little trinkets and shinies and stuffed animals, stuffed monsters and bits and pieces just throughout the place. It is well lit by a great fire, and at the end of the moot house is Chief Gutwog on his giant teeter chair, looking down upon you from his great high vantage point. He looks very important, and you are in awe of his greatness and girthness. And Slorb ushers you to sit in the dirt in front of the chief, a great honour, as this is only reserved for the greatest of heroes of the tribe. As you utter in, you expect Slorb to actually start talking, but he doesn't. It is the chief himself that actually starts speaking to you, the first time you've ever heard his mighty girthness Chief Gutward speak. And he says the following: You all be heroes, each of you the best of the Lick tribe, all but me, of course, and maybe Slorb. That you aren't feeling terror from my mighty voice is all proof you shouldn't be needing. Yet soon all the Licktobes will know your might, for I have picked you for a dangerous mission. You know the fireworks and the map that we found in Scribbleface's house. The fireworks were fun, yes, but the map will be more fun. It shows a route to place near the coast where there's more fireworks, where Scribbleface founded the fireworks. It says that lots more fireworks can be found, and we want the fireworks for the Lick tribes. You go get them tomorrow. Tonight we'll have big fire, burn away all the bad luck that Scribbleface gave to the tribe, and we'll have many games and much fun. Tomorrow you fetch me the fireworks. Tonight we have fun. Before you leave, we'll have Slorb give you some of the leftover fireworks for your mission. But not for tonight. Tonight we have fun. Tonight we'll have a big bonfire to burn all away. And with that, he motions for you in a quite a vicious gesture to get out of his sight from the house, from his moot house. And Slorb, as a dignitary does, as a diplomat, is a little less vicious and a bit more kind, and directs you to the door. And as you exit the house, you can see a big bonfire being made, and lots of goblins bringing in wood from the surrounding areas, which, living in a marsh, is not easy to find, but it's going to be a great night. So we'll cut to the scene to later in the night, where the bonfire is lit and there's lots of festivities. The chief actually is brought out on his teeter chair with several goblins holding him up to carry him out into the village, and he actually fires one of the fireworks from his teeter chair into the bonfire to start the festivities of the night. And the bonfire roars. Alcohol is brought out from the chief's personal stash, and if you want to partake, please feel free, but tell me if you do or not.
Ooh, I would like to take my cup and throw it into the fire. I want to see a big explosion of alcoholic fury.
You take your cup and you throw it into the fire, and nothing happens. There's no fire. It's not overproof alcohol, so it's not going to actually set alight, unfortunately.
It was worth it though.
Mogmerch is looking at the fireworks that they have, and he can't wait to use them all. He's curled over them, snickering to himself.
We know a lot was set off in Scribbleface's hut, and it was a good explosion that night. But rumor goes around that you've got a special mission, and the other goblins, the smaller goblins, the non-heroic goblins like yourselves, start actually asking you questions about what you know and what you're going to do, and how marvellous you are, and asking for stories and things like that. But they also ask for dares to prove yourself worthy and to show how good you are to each other. And the first dare that you were asked for is to dance with Squirrely Nord. So Squirrely Nord is the tribe's ferocious boar. He lives in a muddy pit in the centre of the village, right next to the baby goblin cages. The Nord's willingness to consume goblin corpses frightens the superstitious goblins. That is why they haven't roasted him and eaten him, because he has a frightening demeanour that scares all who goes near him. And so that's the little you can see on. Actually, you'll be able to see that. So the dare is that the person that can ride Squirrely Nord for 18 seconds, which will be 3 rounds, will get a reward from the chief. Is anyone willing to do it?
I'll do it! Ooh, this is gonna be fun.
Mogmerch will give it a go.
Well, all we need, it's going to be the first person that can succeed is going to be the one that gets the reward. We're not going to get multiple rewards here. That's
I have to prove myself.
But it is a case
I have to prove myself because I embarrassingly threw my drink into the fire.
Yes, and didn't drink any of it. And no one has been drinking any of it. No one has said he's drinking.
Rita's just gonna slam one down in her big old mouth. Since she's got the biggest head, she can drink the most booze at the same time, so...
Okay, so I'll just put a note there for myself. Okay, so what we've got is our first little test, and what we need is 3 ride checks of difficulty 15. So you're led to the pit area, and several of the goblins, it actually takes about 6 to 8 goblins, capture Squealy Nord and tie him up, and put a rope around him so you can actually mount him. And you're set up at a little channel into his pit area, which is essentially the refuge of the Lictobe tribe. It's also the burial pit of the Lictobe tribe. But anyway, so you're mounted on Squealy Nord, and he's squealing, and he's ferocious, and he's kicking and bucking, and everyone's holding him down as you mount him. And as you're let go, he bolts down the channel back to his home. And can I get the first DC 15 ride check?
Alright, friends, watch this.
And you stay on. You stay on for all your might. You Squealy Nord's bouncing off the walls of the channel, and you're bouncing off them as well. But as you bounce onto the left, you get put back onto the... You get seated back again, bounce onto the right, it puts you back on. And so you're actually making your way through. As you enter his refuge, he tries to start running to the other end and tries to stop right before the end. So I get your second check, please.
Ooh, lively one.
There we go. So we have 2 successes. I'm just going to switch to our other screen. We have two successes, and you keep holding on. He tries to throw you, he tries to kick you. I want 1/3 one before, as he's trying to actually roll over into the refuge to try to push you off.
Are you ready for the finale?
One more.
Here it comes.
And he rolls over, and you get your hand and arm stuck into the ropes, and you somehow stay on. Your body is off him, but as he rolls back over and stands back up to run away again, you are still on top of Squealy Nord's back. And you actually struggle to get off his back as you're stuck into the ropes, but it takes a little bit more, and you can dismount yourself without actually getting too hurt. And as you dismount, he squeals and charges you, and everyone's cheering as you're running out of the chute, and they lock him back into his little tunnel. And do we have another challenger? Another one wishes to prove themselves?
Yeah, Mogmerch will give it a go. I can do anything. Come on, give us a go.
After about 10-15 minutes, it takes about 5 to 10 goblins this time to get him all roped up and get him secured again. A few of them actually have to be pulled out because they get injured, and you get seated on him at the entrance to at the chute, and they let go. So I think you're in the wrong area. You're right area. Yep.
So make my check.
Yep. First. And he let goes, and he bolts down the chute. He is going as fast as can. He's trying to bump you off the walls, but every time you hit one wall, it actually seats you back where you need to be. So he's thinking that he was trying to grind you through, but everything he does actually helps you. So can I get the second one, as he once again tries to stop suddenly as he enters and tries to throw you into the refuge heap?
This is easy.
Oh.
There you go.
As he tries to throw you off, you wrap your legs around him, and you're just stuck on him, absolutely stuck. He tries to do the same trick. He actually dives this time. He runs and dives into some of the refuge, and you notice in front of you that he's trying to dive into what seems to be bones and sharps and not nice area. Can I get your third check, please?
as I'm holding on, I look
As
to
you're
Poog and I stick out my tongue and I'm like, I can do it better.
Oh no.
And you, as you let go to do your taunt to Poog, you forget to actually hold on, and so you have a little bit of an issue by holding on there. Gonna work? There we go. And you actually take 3 damage.
Oh no.
as Skrillino dives into the bones and dives into pretty much the sharpest and pointiest parts in his little pit, and you've forgotten to hold on as you're taunting, and all the goblins laugh and Skrillino squeals, and I think there's a big ruckus going on around you. I think you're definitely going to be run out of the pit. And if you don't run out of the pit, Skrillino will chase you around and around the pit if you wanted to do it that way instead, until he corners you to the entrance.
I'm just gonna book it for the fence. I'm like, get me out of here!
And after your failure, the chief is brought over to you. Chief is brought over and awards. I'm trying to get. And awards Chuffy a elixir. It's a flask, and it's an old. You know it as one of his treasures, one of the tribe's treasures in itself. Sorry for the dogs. One of the tribe's treasures. You know it as the Dragon Brew Gourd. It's a leather gourd, and you also know that it lets you breathe fire.
Thank you, my lord. Very, very nice of you, thank you.
He doesn't speak to you, but he presents it to you personally from the top of his high chair. And that is the end of the Skrillino dare. More calls go out for more dares. A lot of suggestions are presented, and as a lot of suggestions are being presented, a lot of calls come out. You don't know what's going to come up next, but a basket's pulled out from behind one of the huts, and the dare is announced that should the heroes feel heroic enough and wish to prove themselves to the tribe, that they are to eat the bag of slugs.
No, Rada immediately goes. She wants to eat it. She's feeling hungry today after that drink, especially.
I'll just put it into your juice. So the bag of slugs, all slugs are black giant slugs, wriggling like sausages. Even among the goblins, they're particularly foul tasteful, and because of the large amounts of slime they exude, are very difficult to chew. So even for goblins, they are bad. And they're very, very slimy. And calls go out which one of the heroes wishes to prove themselves.
Rada approaches first. She almost sprints up to do it, since she didn't get a chance to ride the hog.
I'll approach second. I've completed one challenge, I can do another.
Oh no, you've already got a toy. I bet you that gourd you can't eat them all.
I'll bet you your mother's liver. My mother's liver.
Well, alright, I don't want it.
No, yeah, he got me laughing.
You don't want my mother's liver? What's wrong with it?
I've got one at home, waiting for me.
Oh, fine. If you don't want me getting the second prize, why don't you go up there yourself?
Yeah, alright. I could do it. It's not like the boar, I can eat slugs, that's easy.
Let's see.
So Mogmerch is gonna go up as well.
Okay, so the mechanics is this. You've got to down 5 slugs. Each one of them is going to take a fortitude save. And the option is this. The DC is 15, or you can do an easier DC 10 fortitude save by not splitting out the slime bladder.
Rita's not going to spit anything out. Yeah, just eat them whole.
Eat them
chop
whole,
them down.
which is DC 10, or or you actually spit out the poisonous slime batter, and I did say poisonous for DC 15. So we've got 2 challenges, Mogmerch and Rita.
I will go for the poison. I'm feeling confident.
So you're both going for the poison. Oh wait, no. I think you are both going for the poison.
Mogmerch.
Yeah, we're both going for the poison. Just
Okay. So it's not combat skills. You need to go to ability. No.
Defenses?
Yes, defenses.
okay.
So I just clicked on
And
someone else's
forward
sheet.
save.
Yeah.
There
So
we
do you
go.
want to do face-to-face challenge here? Sitting
Yeah,
in
we'll
front
do
of the
I'll do
entire
face-to-face.
tribe, one each, one at a time.
Rita,
Face off. Yeah?
yeah, face off immediately, and then Rita's just going to reach in the bag first and just chomp one down.
Okay.
Oh no.
And we've got a failure. That's okay. You can still try again. So, and
What's
this-
the matter? Not to your liking? I grab in and grab one and scoff it down.
Oh no.
Scoff it down, and the slime just slides around your mouth, and you have to spit it straight back out. So you've both failed.
That wasn't fair. That one was extremely slimy.
Mine wasn't big enough.
So you can try again.
You've all got excuses.
Try again.
Alright. Rita grabs another one, shoves
This
it down.
is 5, and you both failed the first ones.
Oh no.
So Rita starts bringing it down. You're having problems with the slime. You're having problems with the taste. This is your second attempt on the same one. Do you want to actually just swallow it all and just grim and bear it? Because you're having problems
just-
trying to spit out the slime bladder.
Just swallow it all.
Okay. So that's one that you've gotten. Mogmerch?
Can I choose a different one? This one's too big.
Well, you've also just spat it out on the ground, so it's a bit muddy.
Well, that's alright. That's just seasoning.
After you say that, the rest of the goblins actually agree with you and say, no, you need the same one.
Alright.
With the dirt and mud on it.
Oh, so seasoning.
I open my throat and try to swallow it like a bird.
You need some milk.
You can fail.
So I'm like choking on it.
Oh no.
So you failed twice on the same one. You're losing here. Second round, or third round we're up to.
Rolling for my next one.
Yeah.
Just gonna try to squish this one a little bit as she goes. Just swallow it. Oh, she can spell it, I suppose.
In your mouth, you manage to separate out the slime bladder and you spit the slime bladder out, which is acceptable. It's the common way of eating the slugs, and then you swallow the rest of the slug.
It's not that bad.
2 down. 2-0. Mogmerch is losing badly here.
I'm going to attempt to just push it down with my other hand, just...
Oh, you finally succeed, and you even separate out the poison bladder, and it's horrible. You know why you've been spitting them out and struggling, because these are disgusting. Even for goblins that eat almost everything, these are disgusting. But at least you've got one down. 4 to go.
4 more.
4 more. 4 more. And Rita pulls out another one.
Yeah, gives a big old giant toothy grin. Oh, 19.
Nice.
I'm gonna use the bathroom.
No, once again, you're getting used to it. You're getting used to the flavour. It's disgusting flavour, but you think you can handle it. You've got a few more to go, but you think you can handle it. Mogmerch looks like the cheers are definitely going against you, Mogmerch. You're getting booed.
Mogmerch looks a little nauseous now, and he looks in and sees if he can grab one of the smaller ones, perhaps.
When you put it down and try to reach for another one, and you're obviously reaching for a small one, you do get a small one out. The boos get louder. The crowd is not in your favour, but you can still do that.
Shut up! You're not doing it.
And you pass. The technique of getting a smaller one definitely worked. And you even spat out the bladder. You're way behind though. You're not going to win this unless you do something. And just swallow it down and grim and bear.
Ray's gonna look for a larger one this time, just because he picked the smaller one. She wants to show him up a little bit. Which she does.
Always the one-upmanship.
Oh no!
you get a huge slug out from the bag just to show off. You even bring it up to your face, and you try to get it into your mouth, and you're trying and you're trying. And it's in your mouth, but it's just too much, far too much, and you just couldn't swallow it. You couldn't get it down your throat. Mogmerch, you're only one behind.
Seeing my chance to get ahead, I grab 2 slugs. I stuff one in each cheek, and I give Red a smile.
Yeah,
And I attempt to swallow both of them.
Are you going to just do the easier, like the full swallow of the poison?
Yeah.
Okay. So the difficulty is going to be 15 with the full swallow.
Oh no! 13.
Oh,
You get one down, and the other one gets spat out as you're trying to swallow. The other one comes out the other side with the slime. But you've got one down with the poison, and you did get cheers with the attempt, and the crowd is actually not as much booing against you. You still got a little bit of booing because, well, you failed and you were showing off, but you did try. So you're not as bad as was, and you're now also even.
Liz gonna try to finish off the huge one she had.
Okay.
Just a full swallow if she can. There she goes. That's okay. There she gets it.
So you got one more to go, and that's it. It's really close. So the crowd is definitely on Rita's side. The crowd is definitely on Rita's side. She's taken the lead. She's kept the lead.
Again, I'm gonna stuff 2 in, see if I can catch up.
And you make it.
19.
No.
You don't just take the lead, but you actually win by putting 2 in your mouth at once, and this time succeeding. Not just catching up, but you do succeed. Can I though have the slime? There is a poison. I did mention there was a poison.
You did mention the poison.
Yeah, I did. So if you can see on screen, I've got my DM notes just invisible just underneath my... But there are catches there. So I'm not going to show them. But can I just get a final... can I get a... Rita, can I get a DC 16 fortitude save?
Mm-hmm.
And for Mog Merch, that's a DC 18.
18.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Which one that you
Oh
tilted?
no.
Oh, yes!
Oh my goodness!
Wow. Rita, your stomach becomes instantly unsettled and you start just puking up whatever you ate. Well, of course, firstly is the slugs, and they just they lubricate everything up.
Oh no.
So
well,
it's not just the slugs; it's anything you've had.
Yeah. She'll at least try to make a show of it and projectile it out. If she's gonna go down, she's gonna go down big. Well, not onto Mogward. She won. Just onto any one of the weaker goblins that are around.
Okay, that actually does elicit a lot of cheers. A lot of cheers of, yes, you vomited, because they wanted to see it, that's the whole idea about it, and that you actually vomit onto someone who then gets picked on and bullied by other goblins around him. After they've separated, they then come back and throw things at the goblin that you vomited on, because now that goblin just stinks. Mug Merchant,
I'm just really laughing bad. At Rita. I'm laughing at Rita though, and as I'm laughing, I just let out a huge belch like.
Yeah. I think it's all your exposure to chemicals over the years that has helped you be able to stomach what you've just done, because it was just
extra stomach lining.
Yes. Your Slorb comes over to you and brings you now that there's no risk of vomiting, and brings you in front of the mighty Gutward, and you're presented with the mighty Gorge of Gluttons, which is the chief's very personal dog slicer.